Have you ever felt frustrated because you don't have a perfect art style? Maybe you scroll through Instagram, see artists with a very distinct style and wonder, why don't I have that? I get it. I've been there. But let me tell you something important. You do not need a perfect art style to be a great artist. In fact, chasing a perfect style too early can actually hold you back. In this video, we talk about why the idea of a perfect art style is a myth, the biggest mistakes artists make when trying to find a style, how you can develop your unique style naturally without forcing it. And at the end, or in between, I share a personal story about how I struggle with my style and what finally helped me embrace it. If you're struggling with feeling lost in your style, keep watching. This will change your mindset about art. One of the biggest lies artists believe is that they need to have a perfect, consistent style before they can be successful. But here's the truth. No great artist started with a fully developed art style. Let's take a look at Pablo Picasso. You might know him from his Cubist paintings, but did you know his early work looked completely different? He started with a more realistic approach, then explored different styles until he developed what he now called Picasso's style. Same with Vincent van Gogh. His early paintings were dark, muted, and very different from his famous expressive brushwork. The takeaway? Their styles weren't perfect from the beginning. They evolved over time through experimentation and constant creation. A lot of artists believe they have to pick a style, like picking a dish from a restaurant menu. But that's not how it works. You don't just wake up one day and say, I choose this as my style forever. It's something that emerges naturally. And that leads to one of the biggest mistakes artists make when trying to find a style. Let's talk about the things that actually slow down your artistic growth. These are mistakes I've made, and I see so many other artists struggling with them too. Mistake number 1. Trying to copy someone else's style completely. It's natural to be inspired by other artists. We all do it. But copying someone's style one-to-one isn't finding your style. It's just replicating theirs. And the problem? You'll always feel like an imposter. An example. When I first started, I was obsessed with a certain artist's work. It was a watercolor artist, I think. I tried so hard to mimic their technique, but no matter what I did, my work never looked as good as theirs. And that made me feel like a failure. But the truth is, you're not supposed to make art exactly like someone else. Your unique style comes from your choices, not from theirs. Mistake number 2. Sticking to one style too soon. Many artists feel pressured to commit to one style and never change. But that's like deciding what clothes you wear for the rest of your life. It doesn't allow for growth. Example, I used to think I had to stick to one type of painting, either realism or abstract. But once I let go of that idea and combined both, I actually developed something unique. The best artists evolve, so don't box yourself in too early. And mistake number 3, overthinking every brushstroke. Overthinking kills creativity. If you're constantly second-guessing every mark, you'll never truly express yourself. A tip: try this. Set a timer for 5 minutes and paint something quickly without judging it. This will help you loosen up and trust your instincts. Now that we know what not to do, let's talk about how to actually develop your style in a natural, stress-free way. So, how do you develop an art style without forcing it? Here's what actually works. Study what you love. Instead of copying one artist, make a list of 5 to 10 things that inspire you. Certain colors, textures, shapes. Combine these elements in your work. Step 2. Experiment with different mediums. Your style might not reveal itself until you try a new tool. Watercolor, acrylic, digital, each has a different effect. For example, I started with watercolors like 5 years ago and go over to digital work because I don't have the space for big paintings or something like this, but I make the space so I can try acrylics, and I really like acrylics and I stick to it for now. Step 3. Create a lot of art. The more you create, the more you notice patterns. Those patterns, whether it's how you choose color or use color, your brush strokes or subject matter, are what make up your style. You don't need a perfect style. You just need to create consistently. And your style will reveal itself over time. So, if you're struggling with finding your style, just remember, style is something that finds you when you stop chasing it. If this video helped, let me know in the comments. Have you struggled with finding your art style? What helped you the most? Don't forget to like, subscribe and check out my other videos for more art advice. See you next time. Bye!